FooRay, Chamba the two hosts. If I may, I'm thinking that you chose the best thing. If you like them good shows and all of these movies. What up, Chippa Chap? This is Chippa Chap Chat. What up, Chippa Chap? This is Chippa Chap Chat. What up, Chippa Chap? This is Chippa Chap Chat. What up, Chippa Chap? This is Chippa Chap Chat.
What up, Chippa Chaps? This is Chippa Chap Chat, episode 59.
59.
And I am FooRay.
I am Chamba.
And we are the hosts of Chippa Chap Chat.
Yes, we are.
Nerdy type, talkity, video, not podcast thingy with
Video
art
not,
stuff.
sometimes with that. With that.
So first off,
We're a bit
jump
late.
right into
We're a
this
bit late.
Motherfucking TV newsy, tobbity, doobity bop. That's alright, they'll get two this week.
Yep.
First thing up, 2 clips for the upcoming season of Supergirl featuring Superman. What did you think of these clips?
Superman is still not the right size, I don't think.
The right size?
I don't know. Maybe I've always he's not that tall standing next to Supergirl.
How tall is Tyler Hagelin?
I don't know. Not that tall.
It's weird if Jimmy Olsen is taller than him.
That's what I
Right?
see, right? That's exactly that's the thing. Jimmy Olsen is about the same height, and I know people are like, Superman. It's not about the size. He can look like Krillin and still be Superman. You know,
He can, but it's just not what the comic books present.
exactly, and that's the difference. And I know people are like, oh, it's a lot to be different from comics. Sure, absolutely. It's just a little bizarre.
Yeah, and we still haven't seen the actual episode.
Right.
It could fix some of those problems. Maybe standing on apple boxes in a few of them. I don't know. We'll
It's just
see.
weird though because they've established a Jimmy Olsen there. He's a tall black dude.
Right, but at this height and size, easier for him to fit in.
That's true. He doesn't stand out but then there's the whole.
But he stands out facially because no one has that dude's alien face.
So you think he was cast perfectly because of his face?
I mean, I suppose he definitely doesn't look from Earth.
In his face.
Yeah, in his alien face.
In his chin.
But I don't know. It looks fine to me. I'm not tripping.
It looks fun. I think the trailers look. It looks fun. I'm gonna give those first few episodes a shot because I didn't really like Supergirl in terms of the show. I liked her. The show I didn't like.
I didn't watch enough of it to really form an opinion. Although I started watching it again with Knoy. We didn't get that far. We only got to episode 6 or something.
And
which is about as far as I got when I tried to watch it the first time.
yeah, and
it seems fine.
it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a thing.
I think it's the villains primarily.
To me, it was some of the
That
extra
don't-
cast. I don't like Callista Flockhart.
I don't mind her. That type of Perry White character? I don't mind her. I like her better than actual Perry White.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Well, it's not for everybody. Clearly, it's not for me.
Except, Lawrence Fishburne Perry White, Perry Black.
Perry
I like.
Black. Perry Black is great.
The old school Perry White characters, I've never really been a fan of.
I don't really remember.
He didn't serve any purpose. He's not even as outstanding. Well, he doesn't stand out as much as J. Jonah Jameson.
I was gonna say that exactly. I'm like, he's no J. Jonah.
Right. So as far as newspaper editor characters,
He's just
he was
a
kind
dude.
of shit
He could
to
have been
me.
any guy. Yeah, he could have been any guy. That's why Perry Black is great.
Perry Black, fantastic. For what little he's in it, I think he did a good job.
Yeah, which is weird. I'm like, he's barely there, but he makes his presence known.
Because he sounds authoritative without
Yes.
just screaming the whole
Right.
time, which is what the old Perry White
He's not
did.
actually screaming a lot of it. His voice is just, there's a lot of presence.
Yeah, he's got the Lawrence Fishburne. He's got the Morpheus. But I think Callista Flockhart's character kind of seems like a snobby TV executive.
I get that.
So that part of it I get. She has more personality than Perry White.
Oh, no doubt she does, but I don't know.
But the villain characters are usually where it
lacks.
I don't like any of their secret agent storyline shit.
Yeah, those are boring.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's necessary. It just doesn't. It seemed like they were like, well, we need some sort of Team Arrow, Team Flash kind of thing for her.
But you don't.
They don't.
You really don't. She's Supergirl.
But we'll see how it is.
I guess. But yeah,
CW's version of her. Let's see what that.
Right. I guess. Well, the 2 trailers, it looks good. Like it's nice, bright and colorful. Superman feels like a Superman.
But have they even shown us what the villain is?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
could just be
to
some
me,
dumb
that's where it
robot.
could fall.
Oh yeah, it could fail from there because it just could be like some dumb robot.
Yeah, and they still got to explain how it's connected to the rest of the shows
Right.
in that short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Next up, Netflix's Iron Fist writer Tamara Becher, I'm assuming that's how you say her name,
Sure.
has begun writing Hulu's Runaways.
That's interesting to me.
Cool. I don't know what that means yet because I haven't seen shit from Iron Fist.
Right,
but
we've seen
hopefully
nothing.
that means good things.
But hopefully that means that she's left a great impression, enough so that they're like, hey, you know what? You can write for this show too, even though it's not part of Netflix.
If any of these are Netflix level, then I assume that the writers are good because based on the Netflix series we've seen,
yes,
all of it's good.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna cherry pick from their already established talent from Netflix to do something on Hulu, then I'm all for it. Because Runaways is one of my favorite Marvel books within the last decade, or however long it's been since that book came out. So I really, I'm excited for that. But I'm like, show me their budget, because how the fuck are they going to do the giant flying?
But it's all right. Budget is important, but also the amount of episodes. I feel. Because that way we can see how that budget will be spread.
Has Hulu done many of their original? Have they had a lot of original series yet?
I was actually going to ask you, what is a Hulu original?
That Deadbeat show with the ghost.
Okay, I like that show. It's a good show, but that's not like FX heavy.
It's fine, but it's super low budget.
Yeah. It's like
super low budget.
It's a well written show though. That's the thing, but that could only a well-written show works if, say, it doesn't require too much of a budget behind it.
Right. So, it seems like for the most part, like I've heard good things about that 11/22/63, the James Franco time travel one.
Is that a Hulu original?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've heard good things about it, but I've not watched it.
Right.
It seems like there was a lot of hype for that show, The Path, with the dude from Breaking Bad, the little dude Jesse, whatever.
Okay, is that a? Like, all right,
it's like a show about a cult or something. I know there was a lot of hype for it, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know if it's any good.
Are any of these shows FX heavy?
I don't know because I have not watched any of them.
See, and that's the thing.
Deadbeat has effects, but that one obviously the budget is very
minimal
because it's a comedy show.
Right.
I haven't watched the Mindy Project, but I'm sure that doesn't have effects in it.
Is that a Hulu original?
It is now. It moved over to Hulu. Bought it. Basically.
Okay.
I've not seen East Los Santos High or whatever the fuck it's called.
The fuck is that?
I don't even know. Some like high school drama with Mexican teenagers.
I'm good.
There's also the Quick Draw show, and I remember seeing the trailer for that, and it looked super low budget, but it looked kind of funny. It's like a comedy western.
Oh yes. But isn't that one supposed to be a comedy, right?
Bunch of shows I haven't watched, so I can't really judge. But I know a lot of people did say good shit about 11/22/63, and if Marvel's got their hands in it, I assume they will want it to be up to par with what they're doing right now.
Right.
Which the Netflix shows are amazing, and
right.
Like I feel like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has kind of been on like an trajectory.
Like, the first two, I mean, just the first episode of this season, but have been excellent, but it's not like they've always been shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They started rocky, but they've been going on an upward path this whole time.
Exactly. It's always been an upward path. It's never been like, oh, they've gone back down. I'm like, they actually haven't. They've gotten better and better.
There was a couple storylines that were rocky in the middle, but I feel like the general gist of the show has gotten better.
Absolutely.
And this new season, I think they're on par with a Netflix show.
This new season,
but I've only seen a couple episodes.
Right. There's not enough to judge the entire season based off the 2 episodes. But for 2 episodes to be this good already,
yeah. And I think I heard that they're skipping this week.
What?
I don't think we get one this week.
That sucks. That's actually one of the things I look forward to.
Right. Let me make sure. But I think it skips this
Oh,
week's episode.
I'm really liking it. Like, that's actually a show that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely. I think the addition of Ghost Rider in general makes that show like tremendously more interesting, just because it's a legit Marvel character that they threw in the
Definitely.
middle. Granted, it's the new version of him,
It's still him.
but it's still
Ghost.
the
Exactly.
Ghost Rider character, which is probably the most name brand character they've given us. That's not like, I don't even know. I don't know another example.
Right. I mean,
Nick
Daisy is
Fury
pretty.
was in an episode.
Right. Daisy is a legit Marvel character.
She is a character, but how well known was Quake
No.
before this series?
Yeah.
Not very well known.
Well, I mean, not many people know of this version of Ghost Rider, but the name Ghost Rider is still
Right.
Ghost
the,
Rider.
The character of Ghost Rider
Yeah.
is still a huge get, you know?
He is still Ghost Rider.
So, you know, that's pretty big for them, and so far they're using it well. If they come out of the gate and it was shit, I think it would have tanked the show. But it definitely, you can see immediately. Just watch the first episode of this season.
Mhm.
You don't have to watch any other episodes if you weren't interested in it before. But if you watch this first episode of this new season and you're still like, nah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is shit, then the show's just not for you. Because I feel like they started with a bang, and it definitely feels in the same vein as the Netflix shows now, with the level of violence.
The quality is just, it feels like watching the first two, I was like, has S.H.I.E.L.D. always been this good?
Right. They're definitely not going to be cursing and whatnot.
No, but it's a lot more violent than I remember.
Blood.
Yeah. That's what I was like. For a second, I was like, whoa, has S.H.I.E.L.D. always done that?
Right, yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
And he looks great.
He does look great.
That was my thing. Like, he needed to look good.
He did, and you know, so far no complaints.
Yeah, I have no complaints. I also like the whole story about the whole the S.H.I.E.L.D. director and everything.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how.
I'm really curious about what the deal is.
Yeah, I don't know how much we want to get into it for people who haven't seen it. It's only 2 episodes in.
I think maybe we'll do like we'll talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. a couple weeks down the line.
Yeah, something like that, because they're doing some interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
Doing some interesting things, and the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's a new director at S.H.I.E.L.D. that's not Coulson or Nick Fury.
Right.
It's a new character.
Right.
Well, new to us.
There's theories of who he is.
Yeah, it's a character from Marvel actual comic book history.
Right.
So look into that once you get that far.
Yeah. And it's pretty interesting if that's the actual case, because you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
we slightly altered stuff, but that's still pretty cool.
We don't get a new episode until the 11th. Until the new wrestling game comes out.
Oh, all right.
But then we get 3 in a row, so...
Okay, that's pretty good.
Hopefully they keep that momentum. I don't know why they skipped one. I don't know. Maybe they'll reference Luke Cage, so they were waiting for Luke Cage to come out. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with that.
Like, some dude in Harlem's getting shot the fuck up. And it doesn't seem to matter.
He's legit.
What else do we have up here?
Oh,
So speaking of that, we saw Luke Cage.
Yeah.
And it's good.
I like it a lot.
That's the short version.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that.
It's very good. The music is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple guest appearances because of how the show is written. You see a lot of musical acts, and pretty much all of them were awesome.
Right.
And there was a couple standouts, but pretty much all of them were awesome.
Yes. And on top of that, the soundtrack itself.
Yeah, the actual music of the show is great.
Great.
I think it's awesome how they found a way to hint at his kind of blaxploitation roots without making it too hokey. Like,
right.
To some people who aren't familiar with this genre of music at all, might get to those sections and think it's cheese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Completely. I feel that's the case.
But it's kind of perfect for it.
Yes.
And if you watched The Get Down, then it will be kind of familiar to you. It has a very similar music vibe. Even so, it shares some of the same actors.
Right, which was interesting to me.
Yeah. I kind of hope that one of them is supposed to be
him,
literally the same character.
Right, that'd be great.
Because I think in The Get Down, they're the family that owned a salon.
Oh yeah. Nah, it's not gonna be related, but still, that was great. That
I
was
want
good.
him to be like the son grown up or something.
Oh, that'd be weird. He looked exactly like his dad there.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna grow up my dad's weird goatee thing.
But that, yeah,
But he
Luke
has
Cage.
turquoise Jeep facial hair, by the way, that guy.
Yeah, it looks not real, but it's probably real.
Oh,
It
I'm
just
sure it's real,
it just
but
looks not
it's
real.
very turquoise Jeep style.
You'll know who we're talking about once you see it.
Oh yeah.
But the show is thumbs up.
Yeah, show's great. Check it out.
Yeah,
If you
we'll
somehow
talk
haven't
more about that.
or haven't got through it, we're not going to talk about it really here, but
No.
we are going to do a full episode where we just talk fully
Yep.
openly about the show. So
Mhm.
keep an eye out for that. Probably record that one tomorrow.
Yep. All right, that's it for television. Movie talk. Did you write this one down?
Yeah.
What is this one about?
The Batman is the official title of the upcoming solo Batman film. It's been hinted at for a
Yep.
long time and rumored, but now it officially is called The Batman.
I'm okay with that. That's cool.
And Deathstroke is the villain of that movie.
Cool. Let's hope they don't kill him.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that little piece we saw was either a test for the Batman, or it was maybe some sort of scene that will tie into the Batman.
Cool.
That'll be in Justice League. Not really sure.
Because the Batman, I'm assuming, would take place after Justice League.
I'm assuming they're going to do what Marvel did, and they're pretty much going to be in sequential order.
They're going to
So
release it in sequential order of the actual.
I assume, because like for Cap, his
Yeah.
was a period film, but it ended with him showing up in the current.
Right.
I kind of think Wonder Woman will have a similar situation.
That makes sense.
Well, not frozen in ice or
No.
whatever.
But she's still just kicking it.
And Affleck talked about why he chose Deathstroke as villain. He said that basically Deathstroke seemed like a really good match for the Batman, and he really likes how the character was handled in the New 52 run of Deathstroke's character.
Interesting. Okay.
So, I guess we can look to the New 52 Deathstroke to kind of see what he's envisioning, which I didn't read
I haven't
almost
either.
any of the New 52 outside of Batman, and I don't remember seeing Deathstroke in any of it, so maybe he had some other involvement in New 52.
Maybe.
But yeah, so that's cool. That's a thing. What's up next here?
That'd be good. Next thing is Transformers. Right, Transformers: The Last Night. It seems to be an actual like a time travel movie
Right.
because there was recent talk about Nazis,
Yeah. Do you know much about that?
about the Nazis being involved in Transformers.
Yeah.
In terms of what, like Transformer lore, or just about this film in general?
This film in general.
No, like it seems like
Because I know Anthony Hopkins is
Right.
supposed to be in it.
yes, but he's
I think he's supposed to be a specific character that has something to do with the Nazis.
yes, he's this. I forgot his name.
They're using the guy's house.
Yes.
The actual guy's house.
And they said it was a disgrace to actually have like Nazi flags and stuff near it and stuff.
But you didn't write down the
I did
dude.
not write that down because I was just like, this is crazy. I have no
Yes.
idea what's going on with Transformers right now.
Nazis. Winston Churchill.
That's it.
They used Winston Churchill's actual house
Yes.
for some sort of scene. People
Yes.
are assuming that maybe Anthony Hopkins is going to
Winston
be playing
Churchill, yep.
Winston Churchill
Yep.
in this like weird.
And I think he's
Time
like
travel thing.
collaborated, like he's going to be working with the Autobots to destroy some Nazi Decepticons.
Like Nazi tank.
I feel that the Nazis probably are using Decepticon technology.
Right. Who do you think more effective at fighting Nazis? Winston Churchill plus Transformers, or Captain America and the Howling Commandos?
Winston Churchill, Captain America, and Transformers.
That's a collab I don't want to happen.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, clearly, based like the current Transformers, yes.
Yeah,
None of
if
that.
universe collided with the Marvel Cinematic
no,
Universe,
no.
that
They
would be fully
they would
jumping
love
the
it,
fucking
though.
shark, dude.
They would love it.
The Transformers people would love
That's
it.
what I mean.
It would shit all over the Marvel
I would
side.
rather them collaborate with the G.I. Joes and then form Mask as like a spin-off.
I would rather them do a live action version of the DC Marvel crossover that happened in the comics.
Oh, that's with like
where they fight and then combine the characters
and
at
then
the end.
become amalgams.
Yeah, dude.
Who owns the rights for those?
I don't know. I don't know who owns the rights for those. But they're characters I would love to see how the fuck they would do Dark Claw.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
Live
the one I
action.
want to see.
But they don't have Wolverine at the
They
Marvel
don't.
side.
But because it's a hybrid, they don't need the rights for Wolverine. They can just have Darkclaw and say I'm a combination of.
Yeah, that's not as fun though.
It's not.
But
Well,
Spider-Man and Superboy combo, that one they could do, and I'd like to see it.
yeah, they could. I mean, they'd have to do a Superboy.
Right, which would be great for me. That was my favorite version of him.
Yeah, I like
his version with the jacket.
He
Everybody
cool.
talks shit on it now.
Why?
But
Because he looked cool.
I loved it, dude. He had the fade with the curly hair.
Yeah.
I wanted to be that guy.
Who didn't? He was cool. It's Superman as a teenage boy. That's the best thing.
Yeah, best possible scenario.
Yep.
I got in an online argument with someone about Spider-Man the other day.
What was it about?
Yeah, they were saying that Spider-Man is a bitch character because all he does is complain about being a superhero, which I'm not sure where he's getting that from. I was like, bad shit happens to him all the time, but I don't really see him complaining about it.
Right.
I mean, he reacts to the bad shit that happens.
Yeah, like what he's supposed to do, not react to it at all.
But generally, I think Spider-Man is one of the characters that most enjoys being a superhero.
Actually, he is.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to talk about someone who doesn't enjoy being who they are, look at Batman.
Yeah, Batman's tortured. That's a different thing.
Yeah. Why was this guy saying all Spider-Man does is winch because of the movies, right?
I don't know. He had no backup. It seemed like it was just to try and trigger me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was getting heated. Anyway, next up on the thing, John Cena for Superior, the Mark Millar comic.
Yeah, Mark Millar recently watched a film with John Cena and it was like, yeah, let's have him as Superior. Because Superior is being made into a movie.
Did you finish that one?
I didn't yet.
You didn't finish it? I remember I tried to get you to read it.
You did, but I didn't even start it.
Oh, that's unfortunate, man. It's real good.
I'll give it a shot. I'll read it when I go there.
It's basically Batman as a villain.
Okay.
And so like, imagine a super rich guy.
Yes.
Got access to all the tools and shit. Super fucking smart.
So
all
Ozymandias.
that stuff. Kind of, but Ozymandias wasn't human. Like, he was kind of superhuman.
Okay.
With his what abilities he has. So this guy's literally like Batman as a villain, but he wears all white. So he's literally like the flip side of Batman.
So he wants John Cena to play this one.
Apparently, which, Superior is he's yoked up, he's trained and everything.
Having read Superior, do you think that would be cool to watch?
John Cena is bigger than I imagine Superior, but I wouldn't put it past John Cena to slim down if he had to. He
probably could.
I think he could, and he'd probably look better for it. He's kind of a mutant looking dude.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, he's too big.
Yeah, he's real bulky, but either way, I could imagine it. I mean, he's got charisma for it.
I think it would be also interesting. I don't know how his character is like, though. Like,
I have to hear him sound like anyone else.
Other than John Cena.
Because he kind of did hip-hop John Cena, and then he does this current John Cena, which is like I don't even know what you would call it, like military man.
Yeah.
Because the way he talks shit is, I'm very authoritative when I talk to you, and I'm John Cena, and yada yada. Well, and it's just, I don't know. It's not how I imagine the Superior character.
Mark Millar says that I want him as him. So,
but I haven't seen the movie that he saw. So I don't know what he's.
He said he liked it was in Trainwreck.
Yeah, is that the one where he's got the tattoos and shit, or is that the Sisters one?
That's Sisters one.
Okay, so in the other one, he plays himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, he plays like a different version of himself.
Basically. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I'll have to look up that scene on YouTube or something.
Okay.
Next up, Jon Favreau to direct The Lion King. Is he directing it? I just know he knew he was involved in it.
He's directing it.
Okay, so he's directing
They're going to use the
quote-unquote live-action version of The Lion King, which is just super hyper-realistic CGI version.
Pretty much. It's the same technology as The Jungle Book.
Right. Minus the filming a kid.
Yeah, exactly. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I think once I saw The Jungle Book and then they had that little Timon and Pumbaa scene at the end, I was on board.
Yeah.
I don't think the movie needed that kid.
No.
To work. Like a lot of people say, the movie only worked because there was one real kid in it.
I
And I
wouldn't
don't
say it
think
works
that's
because of it.
yeah.
I'm
I don't think
assuming.
that's it.
I think for me, anyways, it assisted.
I don't know. To me, I mean, it assisted because it's the Jungle Book.
Right, exactly. Like it would be weird if there was
If
no
the kid was CG, would be real bizarre.
Yes. Because I think that's the thing. We haven't got technology to the point where we can believe a human.
Yeah,
But
I think
animals more so.
animals were disconnected enough to where we can be
Exactly.
like, yeah, that's a big animal, fine.
Yes, that's why I was like, although that orangutan was gigantic.
It's true. I
Like,
mean,
he
but
was
he's supposed to be.
gigantic.
He's a orangutanus giganticus or whatever the fuck.
He was gigantic.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
It was
That was
amazing.
one of the coolest parts of the whole
It
thing.
was, but it was ridiculous. I was like, whoa, he's huge.
Yeah, I loved it.
But yeah,
so him
I
doing
don't know.
that, cool
Sure.
beans.
Sure. Is it going to be like an exact retelling?
I doubt it.
No?
I imagine it will be similar to what the Jungle Book was in relation to the old Jungle Book. A lot of similar things, a lot different things.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's supposed to have some of the same music.
Do you think they're going to get the same music for Lion King?
Yeah, it's supposed to have some of the same music from the old stuff. I'm sure Circle of Life will be in it.
Sure. How about like I Can't Wait to Be King?
Probably.
You think it's going to be like it's not going to be filmed that way though, like the whole how it becomes all bizarre and animated like.
I don't know what you mean by bizarre and animated.
Like remember when like all those things were dancing, like all the animals were
When
dancing,
they were
and
stacked on top.
Yeah,
of
and
each
the
other?
colors started changing and shit like that.
Probably not like that, but they'll do a version of that, I'm sure, where he sings and stuff, and all the animals are jumping around and playing and shit. They probably won't do stacks of elephants with ostriches stacked on top of them and mice stacked on top of them.
And
or
in the
whatever
end, Zazu's holding it.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. But the thing that I wonder is because
Cast?
that the movie was 20 years ago,
Right.
20 plus years ago,
Right.
but a lot of those people are still around.
You think they'll get him again?
I don't think they will, but I'm like, they kind of could.
They kind of could.
They could still get Mufasa back.
Oh,
they could
him.
still get Zazu back.
Oh, dude, Rowan Atkinson, hell's here.
I think it would be tight if they got JTT
How about
to
if
come
they
back.
got everybody?
I don't think they got everybody. Didn't the mom die?
Which mom?
The,
Oh, did
the
she?
lady who plays the mom in Lion King.
I
Did
think she
pass?
did, yeah. Maybe.
I think she might be the only one that has.
Ah, that sucks.
I think everybody big is. I know Jeremy Irons. He'll take a break from being Alfred to be a bad guy again.
Yeah, one of the best Disney villains.
I think it'd be cool if they brought a lot of those guys
But
back.
if they were to
Bring
do
JTT back to play the older Simba
right instead of Matthew Broderick.
instead of Matthew Broderick. We don't need him to come back. He'll be fine brushing Sarah Jessica Parker's teeth or whatever he does with his free time.
I still find it funny that they didn't get Broderick for the cartoon and they just got Rob Lowe instead.
Rob Lowe's probably cheaper and easier to work with.
Probably.
But speaking of Disney shit, released
Beauty and
a
the Beast?
concept art thing for Beauty and the Beast where we can finally see what the Beast is going to look like.
What are your thoughts on that?
Sort of unimpressed by it for what is capable, or for what we're capable of doing. I felt like the design was kind of lackluster, or
Like,
it didn't
especially
look as
after Jungle
impressive
Book.
and imposing compared to the old version. I mean, it looks like they're trying to make a similar version of it to the old cartoon, but I mean, I don't even know if you got to add that now. We're already talking about it.
I know, but I'm gonna add it for when I put the notes up. I'm just gonna copy. and paste. I'm gonna forget. That's why.
But it looks basically the same. The horns are bigger and facing the other direction,
Yeah.
but it kind of looks the same. And Emma Watson, doesn't it all look like how I imagine Belle? But I'm sure she'll be fine.
She's got this thing where she looks like a kid still to me.
She does look like a kid, which makes it weird. But also, she just doesn't look anything like I imagined Belle.
No, yeah, she doesn't. I never imagined Belle to look like
She's a very pretty girl.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just not how I imagine
Right.
Belle.
Right. Well, I mean, like, remember the concept images they showed of like the clock?
Was that concept?
Or was that concept or was that actual screenshot?
I thought that was an actual screen.
All right, well, whatever. Just those images. They don't look anything like I'd imagined.
Oh yeah, not at all. But I mean, we knew that the living furniture was going to look different.
Look like actual furniture.
There was no way that was
No.
be translated the same.
They'll have like cartoon faces.
Right.
Like use a couch that has a cartoon face on it.
What if they use like the actual actors' faces, but the rest of the body is just CG? That would be so fucking weird.
Ewan McGregor's like a candle.
Is he the candelabra?
Is he not? I thought he was.
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
Random.
Yeah. And isn't Ian McKellen Cogsworth the clock?
Yes, that I knew. How did they not get Sacha Baron Cohen to be that fucking candle?
I don't know.
Is there anyone who could have been that candle better than Sacha Baron Cohen?
No.
Come on.
And that one I would believe if you put his face on a candle.
Yeah, he basically looks like him too. He's got a bit of a beak, but so does
he does. But that's fine. Lumiere. I am looking forward to this though.
I kind of am.
Because I do like Beauty and the Beast.
I haven't seen, other than Jungle Book, I haven't seen any of the newer versions.
I have.
I haven't seen Cinderella. Is that the only other one?
Cinderella, Alice, I guess if you include that.
Didn't see the newer one.
I haven't seen the latest one yet either.
That was another waste of fucking Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh,
Though he played like a time wizard in that.
Yeah. So
shit.
Anyway,
fuck that movie. Next up, Spider-Man: Homecoming pictures.
More
he
images.
Sure does look like Spider-Man.
He certainly does.
He takes his mask off in the street again.
Of course.
I hope that doesn't have to be a thing. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't need like an exact duplicate of that scene from Amazing where he had the mask off in the street.
I don't need any of those scenes duplicated.
Yeah, why is he always taking his fucking mask off in the street?
Man.
Does he know they got traffic cameras and shit?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Hopefully
Stop doing that shit, Spider-Man. It's not smart.
Like, lift the mouthpiece? Sure, because Spider-Man does that?
Yeah, sure, and everybody's got a fucking mouth. Why do you take the whole thing off, though?
I don't know.
And that picture of him standing there with the whatever expression that is. I don't know what expression that is, but that's the most British I've ever seen him look.
It's such a British expression. It's so good, though.
I don't know what
it's
it
so
is.
Good.
I don't know what it is.
Dude, I'm looking at these photos though.
Yeah.
And when he's like the jumping one, when it looks like he's landing and shit.
Yeah.
That looks, it looks
Spider-Man,
great, dude. Yeah, it's fucking like straight up Spider-Man. And I'm actually liking those black bars now across the arms.
Yes. I like them because that's straight up Miles.
Oh, okay. I like him because it somewhat separates sections of his arm.
It does. The forearm ones I kind of get. It makes it more sense because you assume like that's where the glove is.
Right.
Kind of thing. But yeah, I like the costume, man. I think
it looks great.
But I'm just mostly curious what the CG is gonna look like this time.
I think what we were saying last time, where it's like now that they have him in the actual suit, the CG will hopefully look close to this.
Now that they have something to base it on.
Exactly. Like you can see how the suit falls on his body.
Yeah.
It looks like he's wearing a suit, so hopefully the CG isn't like, say, in Civil War where it was like he was painted.
Yeah. But even the costume that they were basing it off of in Civil War, the suit that he actually wore, the real practical suit.
Yeah.
Didn't look like this new version. It was it was more rubbery. The black lines were kind of embossed or whatever.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The mask was similar. It had the squishy eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked like they had a direction they wanted to go.
But not this exact.
But not this exact thing.
I like how the webbing, it doesn't stand out a lot, but it's it's there.
Right. It's subtle, which is cool. I'm fine with that. And I'm curious because there was a lot of people talking initially about how the suit was still going to have like some Iron Spider elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly sure what that means, but I kind of hope it's not like big spider arms coming out of the back of it.
What aspects of the Iron Spider would you prefer? Like, would you
Uh,
like to include?
I think that it would be cool if he could. I mean, it could do a lot of weird shit. Like he could kind of glide in it, and he could make it look like any of his previous outfits.
I think that's definitely a cool aspect.
It's a cool feature, but it wouldn't make any sense for this
For
version.
this
'Cause
one.
he's only had one other outfit.
Unless,
which
of
was
course, he
shitty
programmed
homemade
other
one.
designs and he's like, ooh, maybe this one, maybe this one.
Right. That'd
then
be
it's like-
interesting.
And
We'll
then-
see.
Yeah.
Or what's it? I think it could cloak.
Cloaking would be handy. See, to me, that's a handy feature.
It is handy, but it's also like something that Miles can do naturally. So I don't know if they'd want to allude to that yet.
So
Yeah.
Miles has more features on his as a Spider-Man than Peter Parker does.
Yes.
Interesting.
He also has the Venom Blast, which
Which
is
is-
kind of a thing where he can touch you, and you know how like when you rub your feet on the carpet and then you shock a thing.
Okay.
He can do that, but it like has a delayed reaction, like a couple seconds, and then it's basically like hitting them with 1,000 tasers at once.
But he's more of a like kind of what Spider-Woman does then.
I guess so. I don't know what her she is like. I thought she had psychic abilities.
Oh, I thought she can shock as well.
Maybe she can. I don't remember.
Like stun?
I gotta be honest. Haven't really read any Spider-Woman comics.
Mm.
All I know about her is from her run in the New Avengers, and all I can remember about her abilities is she has pheromone powers
Interesting.
that can make people automatically attracted to her.
That's cool.
And I remember that primarily because there's a scene where they all are fighting the wrecking crew outside of, I think, Century's house or something. And then Spider-Man is staring at her for way too long. And then he's like, I'm married. Gotta remember I'm married. And she says something about how she has pheromone powers. And Luke Cage
Weird.
says something like, that's not fair or some shit like that.
Weird.
So I know that she has that. Otherwise, I know nothing about her.
Okay, that's
But-
more than I know.
Miles, because he has all these abilities, was able to defeat the Green Goblin easier than Peter was when he basically had the exact same fight that Peter did outside of his home.
So are they saying that Miles is a better Spider-Man?
Yes, that Miles is better at it than Peter was.
Well, he has more ability.
He's more naturally gifted at it.
Cool.
But
Let's
I think
basically-
that was their way of saying that Miles isn't just like some shitty replacement. He's doing this for a reason.
But he's better.
But
Not
he's
different,
better.
not
he's
just
better
different,
equipped
but
to
better.
fight that specific villain, at very least.
Interesting. It
And I
seems like
know
he's
in
like
the-
a super improved Spider-Man. I'm like, what's the point of Peter Parker now then? They've basically negated Peter
They
Parker.
killed Peter Parker, so
But not in this new world.
not this new world. But now he gets to be his own thing. He's Spider-Man, and Peter does international espionage Spider-Man.
That's weird. I don't know.
I don't know. I just know I love Miles
More than Peter?
more than Peter in the Ultimate Universe for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I liked Peter in the Ultimate Universe quite a bit too. It's just I think I like Miles' cast of characters, and I like that it's something different for the Spider-Man universe. And it's rare. We don't get to see anyone else be Spider-Man, you know.
That's true.
And I like his costume. It's Edgelord, which fits in with my situation. Black and red all day, man. All day.
But yeah, anyway, back to the photos. These photos are great. I'm super keen to watch this shit.
Oh yeah. The more we talk about it, the more I get anxious about it
Yeah.
because I want it now.
And it's not even the next Marvel film that's out.
Nope, but it's the one that comes out on my birthday. Nigga. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Doctor Strange though soon,
Dude,
and
Doctor
sooner
Strange.
than later. We only got it's a month away, man.
I know.
Month
I
away.
need to buy my tickets.
Can you believe it?
Uh,
Can you believe
well, I
it?
mean, like 2 weeks ago, we were saying I can't wait for Luke Cage, and now we've already seen it.
Yeah, now we've seen all of it.
We've seen like 3 Luke Cage movies,
Right?
3, 4 long ones.
Yeah, quite a few long ones.
Oh.
13 episodes, and the episodes are real long too.
Yeah,
Some
one of them was like over an hour.
Yeah. So
Ugh.
you get your money's worth with that Luke Cage.
Which is like what? How much is Netflix? That's way more than my money's
like
worth.
$8 a month or something.
Dude, that's why I'm spoiled by this stuff.
Oh yeah, and but my only issue with them is we didn't have to do them as reviews, and I wasn't worried about people telling me shit. I would do like 2 episodes a night kind of deal.
Yeah.
I think it would be more fun to digest it that way.
Yeah.
And it would last longer, which I really like.
Yeah, because like, could you imagine watching Daredevil that way? Oh goodness.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
I'd love it. It's so hard to do because we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And there's so much pressure to talk about it immediately.
But it's not even that. It's more so, if I hop online, I'm seeing a lot of things that will talk about it.
For sure. I haven't seen much of anything for Luke Cage. I don't know if that's a good sign or not.
I've seen a lot now though, but I'm glad because I'm like, cool. You're not spoiling anything for me.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Well, that's really
other than I've seen one fan art. That's pretty much it.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, there's reviews on YouTube and shit, but you don't have to click those.
Right. On Facebook,
but I haven't
I've
seen
a
like
couple of
people
things
posting spoilers on Facebook or anything.
I get maybe they've learned like not to spoil shit now.
Maybe, or maybe not enough people are checking out Luke Cage. I hope it's not that. I hope it's not that.
If it's not, or yeah, I don't. I hope it's not that because it's excellent.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with Netflix, but how do you feel? Going back to that real quick, how do you feel about people who were like, "This is the best Netflix series next to Daredevil season 1"?
They're different. I can't even say that they're the best because they're all excellent.
They're all excellent.
They all have different aspects which I enjoy, and the beauty about it is that they're all different. Like Jessica Jones was nothing like this. Daredevil's nothing like this. But I enjoyed both of those things for what they've done.
Definitely. My only thing that would have me weigh more on Daredevil is because I like that style of action choreography better.
Right. This one was just brawling, lots of rumble.
It's just, it fits and it's expected.
Dude,
for
and
Luke
which
Cage.
fucking makes me way more excited about Iron Fist.
It does.
Oh.
But I'm also like, man, I want to see those two fight next to each other.
That's
like,
exactly, because they're gonna be partners, man.
It's like Defenders is cool, but I was like, come on, why couldn't they have just done like a
Heroes
Iron
Goliath?
Fist and Luke Cage together series so that we could see them fight together all the time?
I'm okay with this though, because I want this way we get to taste all of them separately, and then when we see the Defenders, it's like, oh shit.
Which I agree with, but I feel like Luke Cage and Iron Fist are
they've always been a pair.
So I don't even want like a season 2 Luke Cage.
I want Iron Fist
2 Iron Fist. Yeah. They each get one season,
and the next season
Luke Cage and Iron Fist are together after that.
Oh, dude, I want to talk about this show, but yeah, we'll wait.
Heroes for hire, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. And have all the side characters there.
Do it. Yeah, we really got to talk about the spoilery thing too. With there's a few things in there that I'm like, come on, man.
But in terms of news, that's all we've got.
That's all we got for this week.
So the episode should be short enough for us to continue our 100 movies.
And this week's is drama. You said?
Should be drama. If it's not drama, then my bad. But it should be drama.
All right. So next up, our list of drama movies. Here's 10 for the win. Check them out.
Yep.
Let's go into drama.
Oh, we're doing 2? Cool.
We got drama. We got first one up on the list, Breakfast Club.
Yeah, this list is interesting because these are like the films that we didn't really categorize. Like they're a bunch of everything, really.
I mean, like, because Breakfast Club's not really a comedy. It's like a coming-of-age movie.
Which is drama.
Which is more of a drama. It's more dramatic.
I love this movie.
And I love that movie. It's basically a stage play, because it's It's all in one
It's-
location for the most part.
But it's genius.
Yeah, and it's great. They do it's 6 kids from all different like cliques in school that get stuck in detention together. They're
Would
like
they do a superhero movie that's just based in one location like that?
Dread.
Okay, cool. There you go. That's why it's legit. But like where it's, I was thinking like, I said Spider-Man and stuff will be
Yeah.
supposed to be like John Hughesy.
Yeah, but John Hughes, that's my favorite John Hughes movie.
Yeah.
It's got a great cast in it.
Yeah, love them all.
I love that.
I love everybody
genre.
there. Love everybody there.
Yeah, man.
Everybody felt like they felt real.
That's what I want out of the Spider-Man movie.
That would be so good. Where
give
the
me
characters
that.
felt like that, like
Except
themselves.
for after detention is over, the nerd kid gets out and goes to fight Doc Ock.
Yeah. Oh, he got
That's literally how that ends. Next up on the list, I got Last Samurai, the Tom Cruise movie. A lot of people talk shit on this because they're like, he's white, and it's called The Last Samurai, and white people saving all the Asian people, but that's not what the fuck happens in that movie.
I was gonna say
even what
he's
it's
not the
about.
last samurai.
No, it's about Ken Watanabe's character.
Yeah. And he's supposed to, like, it's not like Tom Cruise is playing a Japanese guy.
Right.
That's the thing that baffles me the most.
Right.
I think people mistake
They're
that
just like,
film.
it's called Last Samurai, and it's got his face.
Right. Where, again, like the whole Matt Damon thing right now.
Right,
He's not playing a Chinese character.
right.
He's not supposed to be playing a Chinese character.
Right.
He's actually one of many lead characters.
Yeah.
But he's a focus because he's an international star.
Yeah.
He's not, Tom Cruise isn't a Japanese character in this film.
No, and I think that the way that the story plots out and the way the whole thing is framed allows them to showcase that culture very well. And showcase it in a really awesome way that made me fall in love with it. Like, I was fully all about that movie when it came
You
out.
love that, right? What year was that?
It's like 2003.
And you were all up that.
Oh, big time. It was in love with the main character, female character that was in it. The premise is Tom Cruise character is a vet that got injured working with Custer, which was like a general that fought Indians here. Now, then he gets injured and they want him to train the new Japanese army that's trying to integrate and have
So in other words, a foreign character
right.
being introduced into this
They're
new
like
land.
historically accurate. They're trying to
Yes.
get Western techniques for their armies.
Exactly. So this is like, hey, he's not just thrown into the story for the sake of
Right.
it. It's the plot of the story.
Right. So basically, they do that in an effort to fight the samurai. They go out, but they force them to do it before the soldiers that he's training are ready. He says, they're not ready. We shouldn't do this. They say, do it anyway. It goes bad. Tom Cruise gets captured
Right.
by the samurai and taken back to their village.
Right.
Then they basically, like, they just don't treat him like shit, basically. And he learns about their culture and whatnot. They treat him like a human. And then he goes back and he's like, why are we killing these
Yeah.
people? They're just people.
Like, they're not doing anything. I don't even know why we're fighting them again.
Right. Very similar plot to Avatar, really.
Yeah. Except not in space.
Yeah,
With
but
the blue.
I think it's done really well.
Yes.
It makes the culture, it makes the countryside look amazing.
Oh, beautiful,
there.
beautiful.
It makes all the clothing and stuff look amazing, and it's a great performance out of Ken Watanabe, dude. He's incredible in that movie. Lots of
great.
poetry, and Tom Cruise is great in it.
That's great.
Whole cast is great. Check it out. Next up on the list, we got The Sandlot.
The Sandlot.
Drama?
Yeah, we put this in drama because, again, like,
It's another coming of age movie.
coming of age movies to me, they're family films, but drama encompasses, like, most family films
It
have
definitely
drama.
leans more comedy, but
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
we probably ran out of spots on our comedy list, and we're like, well, it's got to go somewhere.
Also, it's not, compared to the list of comedies, those are comedies.
Right.
Sandlot, again, because it's a coming of age.
It's more
there
like
is
just
a lot.
slice of life
Yeah, and to me, slice of life
with
is
little
drama.
kids, yeah.
And drama doesn't necessarily have to mean negative.
It doesn't mean sad.
Yeah, it means emotion.
Yeah, it's just life.
Love
But that movie's great. Also, great cast, amazing quotable lines
Super quote.
that I'll be saying forever. Killing me, Smalls. I should have named my fucking cat Smalls.
Next one.
Next one up, Cashback.
Nice.
You have thoughts on this movie?
Yeah, I fucking love that movie.
You probably need to be
Mhm.
closer for these.
I was actually that would probably have one of my choices as well. That movie's really cool.
How did you stumble upon this film?
Do you even remember?
I had seen it from a friend from Alaska.
Oh, okay.
I had seen it before.
So
I
somebody
rented it
recommended it to you.
randomly when I saw it.
Yeah, somebody recommended it.
Okay.
I just read the back of a DVD case and was like, I'll check this out. I rented it from like some local shop when I lived downtown.
Likewise. I was like just looking for some films.
Yeah.
Just pick what at this point I was literally just picking whatever up.
Right.
Just to see if there's something
I was grabbing a lot of like documentaries and indie shit at that point because it was what they had. And I was like, I want to watch shit. And I just randomly grabbed one. Well, it was mainly the back of it was like an artist learns to stop time.
Yeah, and to me I was like, what?
And it had a very cool premise. I don't even want to say anything about it really because it's so cool just to watch it and let that movie come.
And I can't really think of a
unfold.
film that's similar to it.
Nope. Can't really either. But it's just kind of a premise that isn't really going to be in a whole lot of other things. It's very heavy. Would you call that movie heavy?
It's loaded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's loaded.
Yeah. But it's still good. Definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm.
A dude that can stop time in his mind, at least. Running Scared next.
Great movie.
That's the action one, right?
Sort of. It's got action.
It's a thriller.
It's Paul
What's his-
Walker.
yeah,
There's like a
okay, yeah.
Russian kid.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy kind of fairy tale, like grim fairy tale that takes place in modern times. And I think it's my favorite Paul Walker movie.
It's. I think he shows his range in this film.
I don't know who directed that, but
I don't either.
they should
It's a
do
shame
more
they
things
didn't do
because there's
more, yeah.
some pretty great visual stuff in that movie.
But in terms of acting, it's where he shows he feels like the character.
And it's got that little kid that played evil shit all the time, and he was like Toad in the third X-Men movie.
Right, yep.
He was in the Twilight movies as one of the like super scary vampire people.
Because he's emotionless, kind of.
He could like breathe smoke out or something.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that kid, super creepy. He plays a great character in that movie. Well, a very stoic character, but he plays it very well.
Good
And there's
film,
some real weird, dark shit that happens.
It's a
in
really
that.
cool film, though.
It's really cool,
the
but
way it's presented.
it's very dark, but very like visually interesting as well because it's kind of heightened, heightened
scary.
reality. There's some scary parts in
It's
it,
not.
but it's not like a horror
Yeah,
movie.
it's not horror scary.
It's more actiony than anything else, but it's real.
The drama
dark
is
and
good,
bizarre. We got High Fidelity on here. That movie definitely is romantic. It's got romantic themes, but the main character is almost anything but romantic. He's really
not.
kind of a dick character,
is.
but I think that makes him more real. And it's basically a dude having like a midlife crisis and wanting to know why every relationship he gets in fails.
Ends in shit.
Right, because he was just really invested in one and it failed. And he's really depressed about it. So he kind of goes through a really shitty, like, this is my life for himself.
It's kind of like Woe Is Me, though.
Right, where he tries to get in contact with all these girls under the guise of, like, what's so bad about me? Because and it ends up being like, yeah, no, you're really kind of
You're
a dick.
crap. You're not good.
And sometimes they just don't work out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But Catherine Zeta-Jones is great in that movie. Jack Black is great in that movie.
I think they're all great.
They're all really, really good. I can't remember the name of the lady who plays the main love interest. I know she's got like a really bizarre name in real life, like Swedish or something. But she's great in it. And they got the chick that played Darlene in Roseanne.
Oh.
She's pretty great in it. I can't remember her name. She's on like The View or The Talk or something like that now. Can't remember her name at all, but she's great in it as well. And it's probably one of my favorite of that kind of genre. It's got to be my favorite John Cusack movie.
Say Anything is another one that people often say.
I don't give a shit about it.
It's of the time of...
It was before my time.
But some would say it's part of the whole Breakfast Club time.
I don't know. I never latched onto it the same way. He's a kickboxer. Come on, John Cusack.
Yeah, why not?
I don't even.
He wishes.
I don't even kind of.
He wishes.
What else we got in here? Chasing Amy. I think that Chasing Amy is like a sort of similar genre.
Yes, I was gonna say like what other films are like that?
Where they're comedic and dramatic.
It's
about
dramedies.
relationship. They had other relationship movies that came. There was a lot
There's
around
a lot.
that
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
But I just didn't watch a lot of them because I was very young.
It shouldn't have really attracted.
Chasing Amy, much like High Fidelity, is all about music. I should have prefaced the main character runs a record store.
That helps.
And his friends are music snobs, and a lot of his world has to do with music. So I latched onto it because of that, because I felt very much the same way as a kid. And much the same way, I felt that kind of attachment to Chasing Amy because it's about comic artists.
Yep.
I
forgot. Yeah, that was the primary reason
Right.
why I watched it.
And, they talk about going to Comic Cons and stuff like that. Very different because it's 90s comic culture,
Right.
but still cool. I kind of want to go back and watch it. It's been a long time since I've seen Chasing
You got
Amy.
that?
I must.
Yeah, it's over there. I was gonna say that one.
Cool.
Next up on the list, What Dreams May Come.
I loved it.
Robin Williams goes to heaven.
He goes to purgatory.
Right.
Well, he goes to.
He goes to the afterlife.
But his wife isn't there because his wife is all depressed and stuff.
Right.
And he has to get her out of depression, and it's bloody amazing.
Yeah,
It's
visually
amazing.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
and
visually?
it'll give you the feels. For
I've
sure.
seen nothing since in terms of visually that did what they did.
It's like he's walking around in a painting.
Those scenes I was like, how are they doing this?
Yeah. Do you remember that one, Floof? What Dreams May Come, the Robin Williams one?
That was a painting one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad too, and it gave me so many feels watching.
It's definitely a heavy one.
Yeah, very heavy, but Robin Williams is amazing in this.
Next up on the list, we got The Departed.
This one again, it's interesting because is it drama? Yeah, there's a lot of drama in it, but it's definitely action and thriller.
Yeah, there's not a lot of action in it.
No.
Though. It's mostly like making you in like tension.
Lots of tension.
It's
Everyone's
another
great.
remake of
Korean.
what is it called? The original one that it's based on.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
I can't think of it now, but it's based on a famous thing, famous Asian film.
Yeah, it's Korean.
I can't think of the name of it now, but it's really good. It's Scorsese. It's got
it Korean?
I don't remember.
know.
It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Matt Damon's in it. They got Nicholson is in it as Whitey Bulger, basically the same character that Johnny Depp
It's supposed to
was.
be, right?
I think it's supposed to be based on the same
okay.
guy. Mark Wahlberg is fantastic in it.
Mark Wahlberg's amazing.
Great comedic timing.
But also just generally, hey, Mark Wahlberg can act.
Right.
You watch this film, you're like, why isn't he always doing this kind of stuff?
But he's got great,
Yes.
impeccable timing in it with the dialogue in that movie.
He's phenomenal.
Alec Baldwin as well.
I forget he was there.
He's great in that movie.
Everyone's
as well.
good there. Everyone's on their A game.
Yeah, basically, it's
It's
everybody.
a Scorsese movie, right?
Yeah, top of their class, doing it as hard as they can,
And they're doing it, man.
and they're doing it really, very well, like an LL Cool J song. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This is an Ang Lee film. It's got Zhang Ziyi in it and Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh at the top of her game as well. Some of the best action choreography in any wushu film that I've ever seen.
It was one of the highest budget wushu films too.
Yo-Yo Ma did the score, so all the music in it is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's got crazy like drumming and it's crazy soundtrack. Beautifully shot.
Ang Lee is so weird sometimes because he is a phenomenal director.
Yeah.
But sometimes he'll just do like, I'll do whatever.
Like what?
Like as in like he's not afraid to do risk things.
Oh yeah,
for
for
films.
sure. I
Like-
mean, the fact that he even tried to do Hulk is
Right.
bananas.
That's what I'm saying. Like
But he did it like it was an art film.
he did. He treated it like an art film. That's why people didn't really like it.
Right.
But yeah, Crouching Tiger though.
Yeah, I think it's old. I didn't even finish. I don't think I've actually finished watching their like sequel they
I
did
didn't
for
watch. I didn't
Netflix.
start it.
I started it, but then they all speak in English, and it's
What?
real bizarre.
I don't like
bizarre
that.
to
Wait.
me. They all speak English.
Why?
I don't know.
If they can speak in a foreign language in Marco Polo,
Right,
I mean, mind you, they do switch.
right to British for some reason.
They could still do that.
They could, but
Foreign films are okay.
it was weird. And it's got Jason Scott Lee, I think that's the name of the dude, the guy who played Bruce Lee in the old Bruce Lee story movie. But he's got like the Jet Li haircut where it's cut in the front, and he's like talking in like a kind of
Fake.
fake Asian accent. I'm like, you don't sound like that.
Yeah, you
Why
sound proper.
Why are you doing that? You
Yeah, I
sound
don't
like a dude trying to do that accent.
I don't know.
But yeah,
That's a shame.
The first one is great.
I didn't realize it was in English. That kind of disappoints me.
So I only got through like the first
That kinda
15 minutes or
disappoints me.
something, and I was like, someday I'm gonna watch this.
I don't know if
I'm
I can do it.
interested.
Is there like a Mandarin dub
I don't know.
where I can watch it with subtitles?
But like, it won't have Chow Yun-Fat. He was amazing. I think Michelle Yeoh is in it, but I don't think Zhang Ziyi is in it.
Donnie Yen's in it.
Is Donnie Yen in it?
He's in it.
Maybe I'll watch it for Donnie Yen.
It's like, oh, he's in it, maybe.
But yeah, that's the last on the official list.
Yeah.
We've got an honorable mention of Up.
I got Up on that because Up, I love it.
It's got the feels in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Saddest movie intro of all time.
One of the most powerful movie intros of all
You
time.
got any ones you want to add to this list, Floof?
Those are your only honorable mentions?
We only
the
had one
one we
honorable
wrote
mention,
down.
yeah. So if you got any on your list, it's not on this
On
in
my
general.
list of dramas, I was looking at our movies over there, trying to find some, but a lot of them were ones you mentioned.
Right.
Which is good.
I think I probably would have said like Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
The Baz Luhrmann one?
Yeah, that's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one.
I am fortune's fall. That's all I remember that movie.
I think I would have picked that one just because I liked the way that one was filmed.
That was filmed really well.
It was really cool looking.
He's very visual.
And I kept wanting to say Blow, the movie Blow,
Okay.
because I remember thinking that movie was really interesting.
That's
But
the
I
Johnny Depp
It's the
does drugs movie.
Is it Johnny Depp?
Yeah. He plays the main character.
Right. Yes. I was sorry. I was confusing it with Lord of War. I always do that. But yeah, it is because Lord of War was Jared Leto.
And Nicolas
And
Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
That's it. That's right.
That movie was good. But anyways,
That's pretty good.
yeah, Blow I guess would have been one. I didn't know if you would have mentioned Phantom of the Opera.
That was on the musical.
We did in the musical
Oh,
section.
okay. Yeah, I can't really think of. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of dramas in general, so I'm not too familiar with them. Yeah, so I don't really have much to add on that one.
Okay. Then it's nothing
fine.
from Euros? No
Uh,
honorables?
for drama, not really. I think all the other ones I would have mentioned we put on other lists.
Right. That was the thing, because a lot of these ones, they can cross, like, a lot of the films can cross over to any of the lists, really.
Right.
It's just one we want to just put on the list specifically. So, yeah, that's it for dramas then.
Yep. Uh, And that was the drama list, hopefully.
Hopefully that was drama. Hopefully that was drama and not like a random one which I didn't even see.
But hopefully it was that, and you like those movies and check some of them out.
Yeah.
Keep writing into us. Let us know
Please do.
what movies you would have included. What did you think of the news this week? You know what would be tight? We should do like a fan art contest or something.
Of what?
I don't know, but we're so art related. How do we not do like a fan art thing?
What do you mean?
Like have people submit their artwork that we can show on the show.
I don't know if we've got enough listeners for that.
I think we do. I think we
maybe.
do.
Sure, okay. I mean, alright, submit your fan arts. We'll
We should
post
do.
them
We
up.
should do a Chipper Chap related scratch jams, and then just show them all on the episode.
Oh, then we get like one submission.
I doubt it. Have we ever put up a scratch jam that only got one submission?
Not one, maybe like two. I think
don't think so.
2 or 3 might have been the minimum.
Well, I don't know. That must have been a grip ago. I haven't seen a 2 or 3.
All right, next scratch jams, then we'll do a chipper. What the hell would we do for that?
I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll just have them draw a Chipper Chaps related thing, like you and I Chipper Chaps thing,
That's
and then we'll just show them
weird.
all. On it. Showcase
That'd be
other
cool.
people's drawings of us as Chipper Chaps.
That is so weird.
Hey man, other podcasts do it.
Yeah,
And
but
we're one of the only ones that's art related anyway.
that's true. I guess it's weird asking for people about fan art of us.
hey, it's happened before.
Sure,
Remember that time we were semi-erotic plumbers?
sure. That was great.
And we did get somebody sent in artwork.
That's true. Okay. I don't see why we can't.
There you
I
go.
don't know if we'll receive anything, but I don't see why we can't.
And this was a whole extra thing after we talked about the movies. So there's an extra tidbit for
Right.
those who stuck around long enough.
Cool. All right.
So this
Yeah, I know.
episode, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that does it.
That should do it.
So until the next one, stay chipper, chaps.
Stay cheaper.
What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat.